From Capital Credit Union Park in Ashwaubenon, Wisconsin, the Rockford Rivets play some interdivisional action today, a first of two games in northern Wisconsin against the Green Bay Booyah. The Rockford Rivets off a 10-9 walk-off win yesterday at home against Kenosha, enter with a 1-1 second half record, splitting the series with the Kingfish. The first of two games here in Green Bay, and the first of 6 games against Great Lakes West teams over the next week. Rockford looks to improve on their overall record of 21-16 against the 16-22 Green Bay Booyah. Rockford's first trip ever up to CCU Park. Jake Vanderwall leads off against Jack Mahoney. It's a lefty-on-lefty battle to open things up. Rivets and Booyah set to go at 7:05 p.m. An 84-degree day in northern Wisconsin. So Vanderwall with second straight game in the leadoff spot, and the first pitch from Mahoney is just low to Vanderwall for ball one. Vanderwall batting .287 this season. Redshirt junior from Long Beach State had a monster day yesterday. 3 hits and 4 runs scored in the Rivets win. Here's a 1-0 pitch. And a fastball finds the plate for a strike. 1-1. Vanderwall's hit in 8 of his last 11 games. 3 for 5 with an RBI and a triple. 4 runs scored yesterday. Was also hit by a pitch and stole a base. 1-1 is in for a strike again, 1-2. Vanderwall with 2 home runs leads the Rockford team, has 17 RBIs, second on the Rockford roster. Here's a 1-2 pitch, and taken low for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count with nobody out. Vanderwall open things up for Rockford. The second straight game in the leadoff spot for him. Normally a 5 or 6 hole hitter. Cleanup man to start the season. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Mahoney, the pitch. Swinging a pop-up in front of the pitcher's mound. Mahoney wants his third baseman to get it in. Buschberger makes the catch. Jacob Buschberger with the catch over his head with 2 hands. And he puts away Vanderwall. Shallow third base side. Defensively for Green Bay, Jacob Buschberger at third base, Mike Ruggiero at shortstop, Mike Ferry at second base, and Nick Kreutzer at first base. Joe Mason in left, Chase Hansen at center field, and Chris Williams is in right. Brady West does the catching for Jack Mahoney, and Blaze Maris is today's DH. Now Andrew Wilhite will have the rest of the Rockford batting order in just a second, with 1 man out in the top of the first inning. Vanderwall popping out to third base. Wilhite, a .256 hitter, freshman from Minnesota, on a 6-game hitting streak right now. First pitch is low. It hops behind the catcher Brady West for a ball, 1-0. Wilhite is 3 for 3 yesterday with 3 RBIs, 4 runs scored, 2 walks, also tripled, and was hit by a pitch. Went to the plate 6 times and got on base all 6 appearances. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball hit to center field, but playable though. Chase Hansen has it measured and steps in to make the catch. There's 2 away. Johnny Butler to bat now. Matt Higgins follows him and is in the cleanup spot playing left field. Easton Morell at shortstop bats 5th. Cam McDonald at first base bats 6th. Second baseman Josh Dutton is in the 7 hole. Mason Minzy doing the catching is 8th. And Blake Burrows in the DH spot is in his familiar 9 spot. So Rockford quickly 2 men away in the top of the first in a scoreless game. Here's Johnny Butler. Lefty on lefty, first pitch on the way from Mahoney. He is in for a strike. 0-1. Butler batting .167 over the course of just 2 games. He's 1 for 6 to begin his Rockford career with 2 runs scored. Swing and a miss on an 0-1 pitch from Butler, 0-2. Johnny Butler, the sophomore from North Carolina State. 6'1", 195 left-hander. Batted .257 with NC State this past season. Behind 0-2 against Jack Mahoney. Mahoney, the lefty, winds and fires the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip held by West for strike 3, and that retires the side. So Jack Mahoney makes quick work of the Rockford's first 3 men in 10 pitches. No score between Rockford and Green Bay. Stadium District promo crew, and I need you as loud as you
like to thank WFRB Local 5 for sponsoring tonight's Mitch Haniger bobblehead giveaway. Mitch is a
Rockford retired 1-2-3 in the top of their first inning. Here's Green Bay's lineup. Chase Hansen plays center field and bats first. Blaze Maris, the DH, bats second. Nick Kreutzer, the first baseman, bats third. Joe Mason in left field bats fourth. Chris Williams in right field bats fifth. Third baseman Jacob Bushberger is sixth. Brady West doing the catching, bats seventh. Mike Ferry at second base bats eighth. And Mike Ruggiero is the ninth spot and playing shortstop. The man they'll face is Cooper Kane for the Rockford Rivets. Kane, the right-hander from Valdosta State, making his fourth start of the season. Record of 0-1 with a 3-flat ERA. Has pitched 4 innings in each of the 3 appearances he's made. Has not allowed more than 2 runs this season in any start. Last appeared 7 days ago against the Kalamazoo Growlers. In a game that Rockford won, he took a no decision. Allowed 2 runs over the course of 4 innings. Of course, has not been in line for a win this season, hence his 0-1 record. His team has won 2 of the 3 games he has started. So the 6'2" right-hander on to face the lefty Chase Hansen to begin things as Green Bay comes to bat for the first time. Hansen wearing number 16, the freshman from UNLV. The lefty at 6'4". Batting 196 this season in 32 games he's played, native of Huntington Beach, Florida. So the first pitch from Cooper Kane on the way. And a fastball hit to the second base side. Moving over on his Josh Dutton, throws on a sidearm across to first base and makes the play across his body for the out. So a roller that Dutton had to come in for, but Josh Dutton makes the play, and Hansen retired 4-3 for the first out. Well, that brings up Blaze Maris. Maris, the right-hander, the DH from Florida Tech, native of Gainesville. 226 batter with a home run and 7 RBIs. The first righty that Cooper Kane, the righty, faces. Both hands below the belt, and he winds and fires the first pitch to Maris. Low for ball 1. Fastball at 81 miles an hour. Maris 0 for 4 in yesterday's game, a loss for Green Bay at Fond du Lac by a score of 15-2. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And fastball again misses low, 2-0. Maris batting 226, but has an on-base rate of 362. He's hitting 7 of his last 9 games. Here's a 2-0. There's a strike on a fastball again from Kane, 2-1. Outer half of the plate, just below the letters. 2 balls and a strike. And Kane winds and deals. Swinging a foul tip off the glove, rather off the mask of Mason Minzy, the Rockford catcher, 2-2. Minzy runs up to retrieve the baseball and hands it to home plate umpire Max Steiner. Now puts on his mask. So 2-2 on the leadoff man, rather Blaze Maris. The leadoff man Chase Hansen retired on the first pitch ground out. 1 away, bottom of the first, scoreless game. Here's a pitch on 2-2. Swinging a ball hit to right field and well foul. Umpires Max Steiner at home plate, Pearson Whitecloud, Tahuka Nunez at first, and Mason Labuda at third base. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ball hit to second base again. It rolls to Dutton, who takes his time and throws on to McDonald at first for the second out. So a couple of 4-3 putouts open things for Green Bay. Defensively for Rockford, Andrew Wilhite at third base, Easton Morell at short, Josh Dutton plays second base with Cam McDonald over at first. Matt Higgins at left, Johnny Butler at center field, and Jake Vanderwall in right field with Mason Minzy catching for Cooper Kane. Blake Burrows is the DH today for Rockford. So here's Nick Kreutzer, big first baseman from Arkansas Pine Bluff at 6'4". First pitch from Kane is fouled back, 0-1. Kreutzer batting .232 with 3 home runs this season. He's hitting his last 4 starts. Riding a 10-game on-base streak. Native of Westminster, Colorado. Kane, the Jacksonville, Florida native, with an 0-1 count on Kreutzer. And time is called at the plate. Kreutzer takes a practice swing and steps back into the box. The lefty facing the righty, Kane. 4 lefties and 5 righties in the Booyah lineup. Here's an 0-1 pitch as well, high on a fastball. Reaching behind him to make the catch over his left shoulder, Mason Minzy, 1-1. One ball, one strike. Joe Mason would be next. 2 out, bottom of the first, and there's nobody on for Green Bay. No score in the game. Here's a 1-1 pitch from Kane. Swinging a ball hit to the top of the screen behind home plate, 1-2. Well, shade is covering the entire infield with the outfield still exposed to sun here at Capital Credit Union Park. Rockford's first ever game here at CCU Park. It opened this season. 1-2, a swing and a miss on a curveball from Kane. Pulls the string at 72 miles an hour, low, and Kreutzer goes after it. And both teams down 1-2-3 in their first innings. No score in Green Bay.
Once again, we join Taylor.
Top of the second in Ashwaubenon, Wisconsin. Rockford no score and Green Bay no score. Rivets bat with 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Matt Higgins, Easton Morrell, and Cam McDonald. Rockford retired on a pop out, a fly out, and a strikeout. 1, 2, and 3 in the first inning. Both teams down 1, 2, 3. Jack Mahoney, the big left-hander, used just 10 pitches to get through Rockford in order. So here's Matt Higgins batting .299 this season, the cleanup man, and the first pitch from Mahoney. A swing and a miss through a fastball, 0-1. Fastball at 77 miles an hour. Here's an 0-1 to Higgins. And he watches ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Higgins leads the Rockford team in base hits with 41. RBIs with 18, runs scored with 23, tied for first in doubles with 9. One of the most consistent hitters. 1-1 pitch. And a ball taken well low by Higgins, 2-1. Higgins from Louisville, Kentucky, sophomore from Bellarmine. Off a season in which he hit .419 with the Knights. First team all-conference player. 2-1 pitch. And a fastball taken at the belt for a strike, 2-2. Rockford wearing their road dark gray jerseys with gold numerals and gold lettering across the front. Rockford across the front. Green Bay in their blue and orange checkered pattern with white numbers on the back and white numbers on the front. 2-2 pitch to Higgins, grounds 1 to second base. Waiting on it, Mike Ferry has plenty of time to throw across to first and make the out. 1 away. And neither team yet to record a base runner so far. 1 away in the top of the second. Brings up Easton Morrell, who has been Rockford's hottest hitter. Wrapping up his first week with Rockford. He's played just 5 games, but he's batted 6 for 15, a .400 batting average with 2 RBIs. Sophomore from Texas Tech. Came through in a big way yesterday. The game-tying base hit in the 9th inning was 1 for 2 with that RBI and was also hit by a pitch. First pitch from Mahoney. And a fastball to the belt for a strike, 0-1. Morel, a .262 batter with Texas Tech. Hitting 4 College World Series games he played. Here's an 0-1 pitch. And a ball taken for a 1-1 count. Morel had a home run against his former team in the College World Series. Hit a home run against the Arkansas Razorbacks, from whom he transferred after his freshman season. Played 4 College World Series games and hit in all 4. Was 4 for 10. Here's a 1-1 pitch. And a ball outside, 2-1. So Morel, a 400 batter in Omaha, 400 batter with Rockford so far. 2 balls, 1 strike with 1 out. Base is empty in a scoreless game. Pitch to Morel. Check swing and a ball in for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A fastball from Mahoney. Jack Mahoney wearing number 45, sophomore from Milwaukee. 6'8", 230-pound left-hander. 2-2 the count on Morel. Mahoney's pitch. Swinging a foul tip back to the screen. Mahoney, the tallest man on the Green Bay lineup. Tallest player for either team on the field today. 2-2 to Easton Morel with 1 out. The lefty Mahoney winds and fires the pitch. Taken inside, 3-2, a fastball at 78 from Mahoney. Fastest pitch we've seen from him today. Cooper Kane on the Rockford side rarely goes above 82, 83 on his fastball. Full count now on Mahoney. Here's the pitch to Morel. Just inside, ball 4 to Easton Morel. And he walks on 6 pitches, and there's Rockford's first base runner.
First baseman, number 25.
So neither team yet to record a hit. We're in the top of the second with 1 out in a scoreless game. Rockford's Easton Morel gets on base. That brings up Cam McDonald for Rockford. The first right-handed batter in the Rockford lineup today. 226, playing first base. From the stretch, Mahoney for the first time. Slings one back to first base. And nothing doing on Easton Morel. McDonald wearing number 25 in dark gray, freshman from Illinois at 6'5". Tallest man on the Rockford side, so 6'5" at the plate and 6'8" on the mound. Mahoney again slings one back to first base. Kreutzer off the bag to make the catch. And Cam McDonald still waits on his first pitch. 2 for 5 with a couple of RBI singles in yesterday's win over Kenosha. Still waiting for the first pitch from Mahoney. Looks back at first, now fires. And a fastball taken outside, 1-0. McDonald snapping a 4-game hitless streak with a multi-hit game yesterday, his 3rd multi-hit game of the season. 1 ball and no strikes. Morel off first base, has stolen 1 bag this season. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss to a fastball outside, 1-1. Josh Dudden would be next. One ball, 1 strike, top of the second, no score. Morel off first base and a 1-1 count to Cam McDonald. Jack Mahoney fires the pitch. Swinging a ball to the first base side screen, 1-2. It's an all-turf field at CCU Park. No dirt on the infield aside from the artificial turf, colored brown on the pitcher's mound and at home plate. One ball and 2 strikes to Cam McDonald. Mahoney a long set, shakes off a couple of signs from Brady West and now has it. From the stretch, he's out spelled high. From the third base side, throws back to first, and Morel has been picked off first base. Morel got a late jump back to the bag, and he's picked off by Jack Mahoney. 2nd out. So a 1-2 count on McDonald now with 2 away. Morel caught taking an extra step, and he couldn't get back to the bag in time, was late trying to dive back head first. Nick Kreutzer applied the tag in time. Now 1-2 count on McDonald. Back from the windup now, Mahoney the pitch. Breaking ball taken outside, 2-2. First base umpire Pearson Whitecloud Tuca Nunez saying that Easton Morel is out at first base. Looked to be a good call as Mahoney threw back 3 times before finally getting him. Here's a 2-2 pitch now on McDonald. Swinging a ground ball, chopped back to the pitcher's mound. It's grabbed by Mahoney, throws on to first and retires McDonald for the 3rd out. Mahoney using all 6'8" of his frame. Did a half leap as well, jumping up to snag that comebacker on a high chop. And he retires McDonald. It faces the minimum, no runs on no hits and nobody left. Inning and a half gone by. There's no score between Rockford and Green Bay. Bottom of the second, no score between the Rivets and the Green Bay Booyah. Joe Mason, Chris Williams, and Jacob Bushburger. The Bushburger 4, 5, and 6 against Cooper Kane in the bottom of the second inning. Kane sent down the first 3 batters in order. A couple of groundouts to second base and a strikeout to end the first inning. So here's Joe Mason to face Kane, righty on righty. Mason wearing number 7, batting .254 with 4 home runs this season and 14 RBIs. In the cleanup spot, and Kane winds and fires the first pitch. Swinging a ground ball hit to shortstop. Moving to his right, Morel throws across his body to first base, and a nice catch by McDonald. Leaning to his left, did not take his foot off the bag. Nice 6-3 putout, and Joe Mason is retired on the first pitch from Cooper Kane. There's 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. Brings up Chris Williams to bat. The first 8 men in the Booyah order alternate lefty and righty. The only back-to-back righties are Mike Ferry and Mike Ruggiero, 8 and 9 in the order. So Chris Williams, a left-handed batter, the right fielder, native of Woodstock, Georgia, attends Chipola College. Here's the first pitch from Kane. A ball inside, and it hit him. That ball hit his lower leg right around the ankle, just grazed him on a breaking ball inside, and Williams takes first base on the hit batsman. So a first pitch ground out and a first pitch hit batsman against Cooper Kane here in the second inning. And that brings up Jacob Bushburger. Bushburger, the junior from Davenport University, .219 batter with 2 home runs. A righty-on-righty matchup here, and Kane will go from the stretch for the first time with Williams off of first base. Has stolen 5 bags this season for Green Bay. Scoreless game, bottom 2. Kane from the third base side. Swivels back to first base, brings the hands together and sets below the belt. Here's the first pitch. And a fastball well high from Kane. Above the chest, 1 ball, no strikes. So there's no letters on the Green Bay front of the jersey. It's a Booyah logo on the left chest and the white numbers on the right chest. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Fastball high and in, 2-0 from Kane. Bushberger's hit in 4 of his last 5 games. He's batting .412 over his last 5 games, 7 for 17 in the 6th hole for Green Bay today. Man on first and 1 out. 2-0 pitch from Kane. And a breaking ball misses outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Brady West waiting on deck, the Booyah catcher. Bushberger riding a 5-game RBI streak. Throw back to first base. Upstanding is Chris Williams. Quick turn and throw from Cooper Kane. So Bushberger in the midst of his best week with the Booyah has an RBI chance with Chris Williams with some speed off first base. 3-0 pitch. Strike taken right down the middle. 83 on the fastball from Kane. 3-1. Bushberger with 2 home runs. Both have come here at home at CCU Park. Green Bay, a team that's hit 18 home runs this season, 6th in the Northwoods League. Throw back to first base again. McDonald doesn't even tag Williams. Count still 3 balls and a strike. No runs, no hits, and no errors for either team. 1 base runner aside. Chris Williams on base after being hit by a pitch on the lower right leg. 3-1 pitch. Taken high, and Bushberger walks on 5 pitches. Back-to-back base runners allowed by Cooper Kane. Has lost his control ever so slightly here in the 2nd inning. That brings up Brady West. West, the left-handed catcher, junior from North Greenville University, the Rockford, Illinois native. Taking on the Rockford Rivets. Batting .200 this season. He's 3 for 15 over his first 8 games he's played. The lefty facing the righty Cooper Kane with 1st and 2nd and 1 out. No score in the bottom of the 2nd. Kane from the stretch. The righty fires the first pitch. Swinging a hot ground ball to second base. It can't make the play. A dive by Dutton doesn't go. Leaks into center field. Williams around the score. Throw comes to third base, and everyone's safe. Bushberger takes third base. Williams around to score. RBI single from Brady West. The Rockford native puts Green Bay up 1-0 in the bottom of the 2nd inning. A hot ground ball hit to the right of the second baseman, Josh Dutton. He dove, but the ball went right under his glove as he made his dive to his right. And it goes into shallow center field and allowed Williams plenty of time with the speed he has to reach home plate from second. So West with his 3rd RBI this season. And a 1-0 Green Bay lead. 1st and 3rd and still 1 out. Here's the second baseman, Mike Ferry. Redshirt junior from Milwaukee. Righty on righty, first pitch. And a fastball taken right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. Ferry batting .185 this season with 1 home run and 14 RBIs in 30 games. Has been slumping over his last 8 games, though. Squares to bunt and bluffs it. The ball is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball bounced to Mason Minzy, who made a nice block above his chest. Ferry over his last 8 games is 2 for 21. Batting just .095. 185 on the season. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out to Ferry. 1st and 3rd, a 1-0 Green Bay lead. And a fastball taken just off the outside corner, 2-1. Mike Ruggiero is on deck, the last man in the Booyah order. They've gotten a run home here at home. Looking to rebound from a 15-2 loss at Fond du Lac yesterday. 2-1 pitch. And a fastball taken high and inside, but a strike is called just on the corner. Ferry nods his head at home plate umpire Max Steiner. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Green Bay's won their only home game of the 2nd half of the season. A 5-4 win on Wednesday against the Dock Spiders. 2-2 the count, the pitch. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Ferry goes chasing on a ball above his head and is down for the 2nd out of the inning. 2nd strikeout for Cooper Kane, and all of the runners have to stay put. It's still 1st and 2nd, and Mike Ruggiero coming to the plate. Mike Ruggiero batting .093 this season. He's 4 for 43 with 1 RBI, but has 2 on and 2 out. They're on the corners. The righty on righty battle. Kane the first pitch. And a breaking ball taken for a strike just below the letters. 0-1. Ruggiero, the shortstop from Wagner College in Staten Island, native of Smithtown, New York. East Coast guy on this Green Bay team. 0-1 pitch, a swing and a miss at a fastball. Sends one to the screen, does Ruggiero. 0-2. Top of the order, and Chase Hansen would be next. Green Bay 1, Rockford nothing. Bottom of the second inning, 2 out. First and third for the Booyah and Mike Ruggiero. From the stretch, Kane brings the hands together and fires the 0-2. Breaking ball is outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Curveball at 74. Ruggiero with 24 strikeouts in 23 games. More than 60% of his outs recorded have been by strikeouts. Kane ahead on him, 1-2. And Cooper Kane fires the pitch. Swinging a liner to left field, and that one is caught on the left field side by Matt Higgins. Right at the Rockford letters on his chest, and that retires the side. Hard hit ball by Ruggiero, but right to the left fielder Higgins. That said, it's 1 run on 1 hit, and the Booyah take a 1-0 lead after 2 innings. Top of the third, Capital Credit Union Park. Rockford trails 1-0 against the Green Bay Booyah. Rivets have 7, 8, 9 coming up in the third. Jack Mahoney has set down Rockford not in order, but in short order. Rockford got a walk from Easton Morrell. He was picked off by Jack Mahoney, and then Cam McDonald got it into a 1-3 putout to end the second inning. So Rockford with no runs on no hits. Green Bay with 1 run on 1 hit. An RBI single in the bottom of the second by Brady West to score Chris Williams. That's the difference so far. So Dudden, the second baseman for Rockford, to face Jack Mahoney. Dudden batting .303, wearing number 8 in dark gray. The junior headed to Creighton. He's batting 5 for 11 over his last 3 games, .455. Leads Rockford in batting average, other than Easton Morrell's .400 through 5 games. Dudden's played 22 games, so a higher sample size. First pitch. And a breaking ball taken well down. 1 ball and no strikes. (1-0) Dudden, and the pitch. And a fastball taken for a strike just below the letters. 1-1. Dudden, a Colorado Springs, Colorado native. 9 RBIs this season, no home runs. 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball hit down the third baseline. Nice snag on the backhand by Bushberger. Throws across to first and gets the out by a step. Excellent play on his backhand by Bushberger. Glove right along the grass. A hard ground ball hit just down the third base line, but not hard enough to get it past the Green Bay third baseman. Bushberger throws out Josh Dudden for the first out of the third. Rockford trails 1-0. Still yet to have a hit today. They've gotten 1 base runner on a hit on a walk by Easton Morrell. Here's Mason Minzy. Rockford catcher, a switch hitter batting righty against the lefty Jack Mahoney. First pitch. Swinging a high fly ball to right field. Playable, though, along foul ground, and the ball is caught by the first baseman, Nick Kreutzer, in foul ground down the right field line for the second out. And one pitch retires Mason Minzy. Brings up Blake Burrows. Burrows, the DH for Rockford. In his familiar wraparound spot, the 9-hole in the Rockford order. Was used a lot in this spot earlier in the season, but as new guys have come in, Burrows has been a hit or miss as to whether or not he's been being in the lineup, but Burrows used today, was used yesterday as well, was 1 for 4 with 2 runs scored and a triple. An excellent on-base guy. First pitch on the way from Mahoney is a fastball taken down, 1-0. Burrows batting .279 in 25 games this season, has 3 RBIs, an on-base rate of .430 for Rockford, tops on the team, aside from Easton Morrell. 1-0 pitch taken for a strike on the inside black, a fastball, 1-1. Burrows, the Kansas State Wildcat, 5'7" left-hander, leads the Rockford team in stolen bases with 15, 1-1. Ball taken inside at 62 miles an hour from Jack Mahoney, 2-1. Mahoney's off speed has reached as low as 60 in this game. Fastball in the high 70s. 78 is the fastest we've seen from him. 2-1 to Burrows. And the pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball down and in. 2-2. 2 out, bottom at the top of the third. 1-0 Green Bay. Rockford's been retired, having faced the short order. Burrows, the 9th man up. Jake Vanderwall would be next. 2-2 to Blake Burrows. Mahoney winds and lefty fires. Swinging a tapper foul behind home plate. Chops to the screen. 2-2. Rockford yet to win a road game in the second half of the season. They lost their only one in Kenosha, a 5-4 walk-off loss. Won yesterday at a 10-9 walk-off at home. Both teams 1-1 on the second half of the season. 2-2 to Blake Burrows. Mahoney the windup in the pitch. Breaking ball that hits Burrows right around the knee on a ball that fell well inside. Off-speed pitch that time from Mahoney. So Burrows is hit by the pitch. And Jake Vanderwall comes to the plate. Back to the top of the Rockford order. First time through, just 2 base runners on a walk and a hit by pitch, no hits. Second hit batsman against Blake Burrows this season. And now here's Vanderwall. Led the game off with a pop out to third base. Vanderwall's 2 home runs lead Rockford, leads them in home runs, triples, strikeouts, and walks, tied at doubles. 17 RBI, second on the Rockford team. Lefty on lefty, first pitch from Mahoney is not thrown. It's thrown back to first base, and Kreutzer doesn't tag Burrows. Not a bad call considering that Green Bay's got 1 pickoff already today against Easton Morrell, and Blake Burrows has 15 stolen bases to lead Rockford. He's 15 for 20. Rockford, a team that steals bags at a 71% rate. Throw back to first again, and Burrows sliding. Vanderwall off a 3-hit day yesterday. Digs in lefty, and the lefty Jack Mahoney comes set at the belt. Here's the first pitch. Burrows takes off on the first pitch. Swing and a miss by Vanderwall. Throw down is not in time. Good throw by Brady West, but Burrows in ahead of the tag. It's just about a perfect throw from West. It was right on the money, but Burrows just too fast down the second base line. So a stolen bag for Burrows. His second straight game with a stolen base after going 6 games without stealing one. Number 16 of the year for him. An 0-1 count on Vanderwall off the swinging strike. With Burrows now in scoring position for a big RBI hitter, and Jake Vanderwall has plenty of pop, but is often hit or miss with a pop. Here's an 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball is in for a strike on the inside corner, 0-2. Our radar gun says 65. It is on an angle just up the first baseline, our radar gun, so it could be slightly inaccurate. 0-2 Vanderwall behind on the count. Jack Mahoney looks to escape the third with Burrows at second base with daunting speed. 1-0 Green Bay over Rockford, top of the third. 0-2 to Vanderwall the pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball down and in, and Vanderwall swung right through it. Could not time it properly. Second strikeout for Jack Mahoney. No runs on no hits and one man stranded. 2.5 innings down. Our score, Green Bay 1, Rockford nothing.
Center fielder, number 16, James.
Green Bay comes to bat in the bottom half of the third inning. Booyah lead the Rivets 1-0. They've got the top three of the order coming up. Chase Hansen, Blaze Maris, and Nick Kreutzer. A top three that was retired in 1-2-3 order in the top of the first against Kane. First pitch on the way to Hansen is a fastball low and in. And Kane gives a first pitch ball. Hansen grounded out 4-3. Ground out to second base on Kane's first pitch to open the ball game for Green Bay. 1-0 pitch. And a fastball low and inside, taken for ball 2. So Cooper Kane, the 6'2", 220-pound junior from Valdosta State, right-hander. Native of Jacksonville, Florida, attends school in southern Georgia. 2-0 pitch. And a swing and a ground ball hit between first and second. Diving play by Vanderwall over to cover Kane. He gets up and throws on to first for the out. Excellent dive and a throw by Cam McDonald from his knees just about. And a good job of covering by Kane. McDonald dove to his right deep in the first base hole between 3 and 4. And Kane quickly alert over to cover that ball. So Hansen retired on a 3-1 putout to begin the bottom of the third inning. Booyah's only run came in the second. RBI single by catcher Brady West to score Chris Williams. Here's Blaze Maris, righty on righty. First pitch from Kane. And a breaking ball loops right over the plate. 69 on that breaking ball. Nice pitch. 0-1. Maris, the junior from Florida Tech, native of Gainesville. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball low. 0-2. Maris grounded to second base back in the first. He's 0 for 1. He's hit in 7 of his last 9 games coming in. Kane ahead 0-2. Here's the pitch. And a fastball hops in front of home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Green Bay leads Rockford 1-0, bottom of the third. Interdivisional action going on to begin the second half. We've got some out-of-town scores. 1-2 pitch. Half swing and a peel down. He did go. A breaking ball fools Blaze Maris. He tried to hold back his swing but could not. And he's wiped out. Third strikeout for Cooper Kane today. Allowed 3 base runners in succession in the second inning, but has retired 4 straight since then. And Maris goes down for the second time today. Lakeshore leads Kenosha 5-4 in the top of the third. Kalamazoo over Kokomo 1-0 in the top of the second inning. That's game 2 of a doubleheader. First pitch to Nick Kreutzer is taken for a ball, 1-0. Change up that time from Kane. Traverse City leads Battle Creek 5-1. Spitters go for their 14th straight win. Strike taken on the inside on a changeup. 1-1. Kreutzer 0 for 1 today, struck out back in the first inning. Redshirt junior from Arkansas Pine Bluff. Swings through a changeup again from Kane, and the count goes to 1-2. Pitch low and inside. Joe Mason would be next. Kane looking for a 1-2-3 third inning. Trailing 1-0. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swinging a ball hit foul left side. Ends up in the upper deck of the stadium. Count still 1-2. There are suite seats in the second deck of the stadium. General seating in the lower deck. Capital Credit Union Park opened June of this year. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kreutzer. Pitch from Kane. And a changeup loops high, 2-2. Kane up to 40 pitches. He's worked pretty quickly, despite allowing that 1 run and 3 base runners on the game. 2-2, the count, the pitch. Changeup again, misses high and well to the outside, 3-2. And the count worked full by Kreutzer. Kane below the belt set, the wind, and the payoff pitch on the way. Swinging a liner hit foul left side. Karam's off the sidewall and bounces back just past the left field bullpen. Green Bay in the third base dugout and bullpen. Bullpens are on the field. Rockford on the first base side. 3-2 to Nick Kreutzer, the first baseman. The righty Cooper Kane comes set, and the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball at 69. Excellent hook by Kane retires Kreutzer. His 4th strikeout, and another 1-2-3 for Kane. Our score 1-0 Green Bay after 3 innings. Top of the 4th inning in Green Bay. Booyah lead the Rivets 1-0 here at Capital Credit Union Park. Andrew Wilhite, Johnny Butler, Matt Higgins, 2, 3, and 4 in the Rockford lineup to face Jack Mahoney, who has been pretty much unbeatable so far. Has thrown just 40 pitches through 3. His only base runners were a walk and a hit batsman. No hits for Rockford through a third of the ball game. Wilhite, who's 0 for 1 with a fly to center field. The lefty digs in against the lefty Jack Mahoney. Mahoney at 6'8". Native of Appleton, Wisconsin, not far from Green Bay. Here's the first pitch from Wilhite. And a breaking ball is inside, 1-0. Mahoney brings in an ERA of 3.09, record of 2-2 with Green Bay. Pitched to a 6.44 ERA, mostly bullpen appearances with Milwaukee in college. Swinging a ground ball foul at the plate on a 1-0 pitch from Wilhite. 1 ball, 1 strike to Andrew Wilhite. Stillman Valley, Illinois native. Attends Minnesota, just finished up his freshman season, batting .229. Riding a 6-game hitting streak, batting over .400 his last 6 games. 1-1, Mahoney winds and fires. Swinging a bleeder to left field, going back to the shortstop Ruggiero. He calls off his left fielder Mason and makes the catch in shallow left center for the first out. And Wilhite is 0 for 2 today after a 3 for 3 game with 3 RBIs yesterday. Here's Johnny Butler for Rockford. Butler from NC State, 1 for 7 to begin his season with a strikeout back in the first inning today. He's 0 for 1. Playing his 3rd game with the Rivets, joined the team earlier this week. Here's the first pitch. And a swing and a fly ball hit down the left field line, slicing foul, and well foul. Ends up 2-hopping the sidewall. Left fielder Joe Mason shields himself from hitting the wall. No balls and 1 strike, the count. Rockford 7-10 in road games this season. They've done much better on the road recently than they were to begin the year. Their last road trip, they won 4 of 5 games, but lost their most recent road game in Kenosha a couple days ago. 0-1 pitch to Butler, just misses off the plate on a breaking ball. 1-1. Rivets 14-6 at home, one of the best home field advantages in the Northwoods League. 1-1 pitch. And Butler grounds one hard to first base. It 2-hops the first baseman. Kreutzer puts him out, runs to the bag himself, and wins the race easily for the second out. A hot ground ball that Kreutzer was right in position for, hugging the line at first base. And Butler's retired. That brings up Matt Higgins with 2 away. Top of the 4th, Green Bay 1 and the Rivets nothing. Higgins grounded to second base to open the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Mahoney looking for another 1-2-3 inning. He hasn't faced more than 4 men in any inning so far. First pitch to Higgins. And a fastball was on the inside corner for a strike. 0-1 the count to Higgins. Rockford having trouble getting balls in play against Jack Mahoney so far. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And a fastball taken inside again for a strike. 2 fastballs in the same spot, and it's 0-2 now on Higgins. Easton Morrell would be next. 0-2 from Jack Mahoney. Brings the hands together at the belt. The lefty winds and deals the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball down in the zone. Would have just grazed the plate, I believe, and Higgins swung right through it. And Rockford down 1-2-3, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. 3 strikeouts for Jack Mahoney after 4. Green Bay 1 and the Rivets no score.
Hello, everybody.
Bottom of the 4th, Capital Credit Union Park. Green Bay 1 and the Rivets no score. Joe Mason, Chris Williams, and Jacob Bushberger 4, 5, and 6, the middle third of the Green Bay lineup. Mason grounded a shortstop in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. The left fielder for the Booyah, junior from the University of Mount Olive. Division II product, batting .254 with 4 home runs and 14 RBIs this season. Good power hitter in the cleanup spot. Kane's first pitch is a ground ball foul down the third base line, 0-1. CCU Park, a multi-purpose stadium, opened of June the 1st, 2019. Some pretty wacky dimensions that Rockford's got to get used to here. 0-1 pitch, a check swing on a breaking ball. Went around, did Mason 0-2. Well, it's deepest in left center field. It's 338 down the left field line, 415 to left center, 386 to right center, and 282 down the right field line. 0-2 pitch is outside, 1-2 from Kane. So Rockford has 7 lefties, 1 righty, and a switch hitter in their lineup. So a lineup of 7 of 9 lefties with the pull side, the right field line at 282 feet. 1-2 on the way. Breaking ball's outside, and Mason takes ball 2. 2-2 the count. Rockford looks to send some balls out. This is not a primarily home run hitting team, the Rockford Rivets. Rivets team with just 7 home runs this season. 2-2 pitch from Kane, swinging a high fly ball, hit to right field, but very much playable, and Vanderbilt comes in to make the catch. Got a bad beat on it, went back and then forward. Of course, your first step is always back on a fly ball. There's the first out. Brings up Chris Williams. Williams, who was hit by a pitch and scored the only Booyah run back in the second inning. Freshman from Chipola College. Improved his on-base percentage of .408. Batting .250 this season with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. First pitch from Kane. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball at 70 down and in, 0-1. Williams the lefty, Cooper Kane the right-hander. Kane has retired 6 in a row. 0-1 pitch, swinging a foul ball. On a fastball from Kane, 0-2. 1 away, bottom of the 4th. Green Bay leads Rockford 1-0. Booyah and Rivets both 1-1 in the second half of play. Rivets 21-16 overall. Booyah 16-22 overall in the Northwoods League. 0-2 to Williams. Swing and a miss down and in, a breaking ball again, and Cooper Kane is locked in right now. 5 strikeouts, and he's retired 7 straight. Kane, who has not gone beyond 4 innings this season. Of course, he runs up the pitch count most of the time, and that's why he can't go beyond 4. Well in line to do that so far. He's thrown just 51 pitches, has Kane, through 3 2/3. Now facing Jacob Bushberger with 2 out in the 4th. A 1-0 Green Bay advantage. Bushberger walked on 5 pitches back in the second. First pitch from Kane. Fastball foul to the screen, just got a piece. No balls and a strike. Kane has not lost any of his velocity. Still throwing at about 82, 83 on his fastball. Breaking ball at around 70 to 72. 0-1 the count to Jacob Bushberger. The Michigan native Bushberger from Davenport University in Grand Rapids. Right-hander on right-hander. Steps into the batter's box, and Cooper Kane has the sign from Minzy. Winds and deals the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a foul back on a fastball to the right side of the screen. Count 0-2 with 2 out. Brady West would be next. Kane seeking back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. He has struck out 5 today and walked just 1. Bushberger, the one man he walked. Ahead on him, though, 0-2. Kane winds and deals the 0-2 pitch. Down and in on a breaking ball that hit about 5 feet in front of home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody warming in the Rockford bullpen. So Kane, it appears, will go 5 innings for the first time this season. Has not gone beyond 4 in any appearance, so he has not been lined for a win, but he's losing 1-0 today. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swinging a ball that's chopped towards shallow center and falling down for a base hit. Bounces in front of Johnny Butler, and a 2-out single for Bushberger. pretty weak contact on a high ball from Cooper Kane, a high fastball, but he sent one in the no man's land in shallow center, just behind the second base bag. Second base hit for the Booyah. That brings up Brady West. West, who has the only RBI and the only other hit of today's game for Green Bay, an RBI single to score Chris Williams. Back in the second inning, he's 1 for 1. His third RBI of the season and just his fourth hit. He's batting .250. Left-handed hitting catcher. And the Rockford, Illinois native, attended Rockford Lutheran High School. Playing collegiate ball about 3.5 hours north here in Green Bay. Facing the righty Cooper Kane. Kane with just 1 foot on the pitching rubber. Now he puts both feet on and steps to the third base side. Axsteiner, home plate umpire, points to Kane, ready to go. First pitch on the way. And West lines one down the left field line, tailing toward the foul line, and it's down for a base hit. Hops toward the bullpen. Around third base being given the wave around Bushberger. Throw comes in from Wilhead on a relay. It is not in time to Minzy. Tag is late, 2-0. Brady West on second base with an RBI, his second RBI of the game. Takes Cooper Kane's first pitch down the left field line, a ball that just tailed down to the left field side. The wind blowing out to the left field side, so the wind carried it and hopped into the bullpen. West at second base. Bushberger around to score, and it's 2-0 Green Bay. A double for Brady West officially. His first extra base hit of the season. Had just 2 RBIs entering today in his first 8 games, has 2 today. That brings up Mike Ferry. Righty on righty. Here's the first pitch from Cooper Kane. And a fastball line to right center, and a bobbled ball. It's down off Josh Dutton's glove. Going to third base and sliding down there is Brady West. As Mike Ferry has a single, a hard hit ball toward the right field side, and Josh Dutton had his glove on it, but could not make the catch. He was leaning to his left. Would have been a tough play. So a base hit for Mike Ferry brings West to third base. And Mike Ruggiero to come to the plate for Green Bay, leading 2-0 in the bottom half of the fourth. Right-hander on right-hander facing Cooper Kane. Throws back to first base. Nothing doing on Ferry. Still nobody warming in Rockford's pen. Ruled an E4 on Dutton. First error for either team, and Dutton, a stout second baseman, just his 6th error of the season. Ruggiero 0 for 1 with a line out to left his first time. Squares to bunt, bluffs it, and the first pitch is taken outside on a fastball, 1-0. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Booyah. They've got 1 run home in this inning. Another one in the second, so it's 2-0. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball, 1-1. Ferry, the redshirt junior from Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Same school as the starting pitcher today, Jack Mahoney for the Booyah. One ball and 1 strike the count. Time is called on the play by Ruggiero. West at third, Mike Ferry at second. With 2 out in the bottom of the fourth. 1-1 pitch is taken outside on a fastball, 2-1. And Kane cannot find his control here in the 4th inning. Has allowed 3 straight base runners for the 2nd time today. 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 out. The wind of the pitch to Ruggiero. Fastball missed down and away, 3-1. I'd imagine pitching coach Adam Carey will want to make a call to the pitcher's mound and calm down Kane if Ruggiero reaches. Batting under 100 this season at .093. 3-1 from Kane. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball is well outside the zone for ball 4. A 5-pitch walk to load the bases on Ruggiero. And we'll see if Adam Carey comes out. Yes, he is. Carey joined by Mason Minzy. And pitcher Cooper Kane on the mound. 4 straight base runners allowed by Kane. A single, an RBI double, an E4, now a walk. And and Chase Hansen at the top of the batting order for Green Bay to bat. Hansen 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts today, but as the bases loaded in a 2-0 Green Bay edge. Cory also joined by his entire infield, except for third baseman Andrew Wilhite. Easton Morrell, Josh Dutton, and Cam McDonald all on the pitcher's mound. As are Cooper Kane, Mason Minzy, and Adam Carey, the first-year pitching coach. The Iowa native just finished up a collegiate career at Central College. So conversation complete. And Mason Minzy walks back behind home plate. Infielders take their positions. Ducks on the pond for Chase Hansen, who's got 10 RBIs and 1 home run this season. But over his last 5 games, including today, is 1 for 12. Had a hit yesterday, 0 for 2 so far today. Center fielder from UNLV, the 6'4" left-handed hitting freshman versus the righty, Cooper Kane. Kane winds and deals the first pitch, and Hansen takes a first pitch ball. Breaking ball from Kane, 1-0. Rockford's gotten no hits so far through 4 innings. Looking to get some good pitching efforts, the second best ERA in the Northwoods League. 1-0 pitch, and a breaking ball is well inside, above the belt, 2-0. And Hansen quickly ahead. Rockford's pitching ERA is 3.15 against second in the Northwoods League. They've allowed 2 earned runs through 3 2/3 today. 2-0 the count, the pitch to Hansen. Fastball taken for a strike. Inner half, 2-1. Blaise Maris would follow Hansen. There's no place to put Chase Hansen. West at third, Ferry at second, Ruggiero at first base with 2 out. 2-1 the count to Chase Hansen, 2-0 Green Bay. Bottom of the 4th. Pitch from Kane. Fastball grounded foul at the plate, and the count evens up at 2-2. Two and two the count. Third baseman Wilhite plays in at third base. Everyone else playing back. Infield shifted toward the right. 2-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball is in there. Strike 3 call just above the belt. Nice placement by Cooper Kane on a breaking ball. And he retires Chase Hansen. 6th strikeout of the game for Kane. Escapes a bases loaded jam, but in the 4th inning, it's 1 run on 2 hits and 3 left with 1 error for the Green Bay Booyah. Green Bay leads 2-0 after 4 innings. Top of the 5th, Rockford trailing 2-0 against the Green Bay Booyah. Rivets bring up Easton Morrell, Cam McDonald, and Josh Dutton, 5, 6, and 7 in their order, against the left-hander Jack Mahoney, who has thrown just 49 pitches through 4 innings and has allowed no hits. Just a hit batsman and a walk against Mahoney so far. And Rockford has had such a hard time hitting the big left-hander, 6'8" from Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Brought in an ERA of 3.09, so no slouch on the mound is Mahoney. Looking for his 3rd win of the season. He's got a 2-0 edge entering the 5th inning. Easton Morrell leads off against him. Lefty on lefty battle to begin the fifth. Morrell walked and was picked off back in the second inning. He's 0 for 0. Batting .400 with 2 RBIs this season. He's 6 for 15 in his Rockford career so far. Playing just his 6th game, the sophomore from Texas Tech. So Mahoney from the windup. Third base out of the pitching rubber against Morrell. Winds and deals the first pitch on the way. And a fastball is taken just below the letters for a strike to Morrell, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch to Morrell. Swinging a liner to first base and foul down the right field line. 0-2 on Easton Morrell. Morrell comes from a baseball family. His father, Rod, played 4 years in the minor leagues with the New York Mets in '85 through '88. Also played for the Beloit Brewers in southern Wisconsin back in 1989. Here's an 0-2 on the way to Morrell. Swing and a miss right through a 77-mile-an-hour fastball. 4th strikeout of the game for Jack Mahoney. He's retired 5 in a row. 1 away in the top of the 5th. It's still a 2-0 Green Bay lead. Past the 1 hour mark here in Green Bay. Shade entirely covering the stadium now with sunset coming in about 25 minutes at 8:40 local time. Here's Cam McDonald, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out to the pitcher his first time. And the first pitch. And a breaking ball is taken low. Ball 1 to Cam. McDonald with 2 RBI singles, was 2 for 5 in yesterday's win over Kenosha. 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch. Fastball hit to center field, coming on Hansen. That ball is caught by Hansen at his waist. Nice charge by Hansen to make the catch, and McDonald is retired for the 2nd out. That was hit certainly to base hit territory for McDonald, but Hansen a nice cutoff in center field.
Second baseman, number 8.
Hansen, an excellent center fielder, has made just 2 errors this entire season. Well, that brings up Josh Dutton with 2 out in the top of the 5th. 2-0 Green Bay. Dutton grounded to third his first time up. He's 0 for 1. And the first pitch on the way is a fastball down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Well, Jack Mahoney at 55 pitches, 37 of them strikes. An excellent strike-to-ball ratio. His control has been locked in so far. Here's an 0-1 pitch to Dutton. Swinging a ground ball, a hard chopper between first and second, taken by Kreutzer. Covering the bag is Mahoney. Mahoney takes the flip for the out. Well in time to get Josh Dutton a 3-1 putout. And Rockford for the 2nd straight inning down 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Mahoney just a 7-pitch 5th inning. And after 4.5 an official game, Green Bay 2 and the Rivets no score. Halfway gone at CCU Park in Ashwaubenon, Wisconsin. Cooper Kane begins the bottom half of the 5th inning by facing 2, 3, and 4 in the Booyah order. Blaze Maris, Nick Kreutzer, and Joe Mason. None of those 3 men have hits today. Maris is 0 for 2 with a ground out to second base and a strikeout last time up against Kane in a 2-0 hole. First pitch on the way is a fastball high and in. Ball 1 to Blaze Maris. Righty on righty to begin the 5th inning. Green Bay alternates righties and lefties in their order the first 8 times through. 1-0 pitch and a breaking ball down the middle for a strike. 1-1. Harris, a .226 batter with a home run and 7 RBIs. 1-1 pitch and a ball taken about a couple feet in front of home plate. It bounces to catcher Mason Minzy, 2-1. Harris, one of the catchers on this team, playing as the DH tonight. Playing his 36th game, most games, well, second most games played by any player. 2-1 pitch is a tapper up the third base line, taken by Minzy, throws on to first and a sidearm and gets the out. That was a very slow ground ball up the third base line, and both Kane and Minzy charged for it, but it was the catcher Minzy who made the play, and Blaze Maris is retired to begin the 5th inning. 1 out bottom half of the 5th. Green Bay 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Rockford no runs on no hits and 1 error. Jack Mahoney no-hitting Rockford through 5. Has not been a bad appearance for Cooper Kane. This is the longest appearance he's gone. 4 1/3 now. First time he's reached the 5th inning. Has thrown just 61 pitches, rather 71. Here's Nick Kreutzer. First pitch, swing and a miss at a breaking ball in the dirt. No balls and 1 strike. Kreutzer 0 for 2 with a couple of walks today, or a couple of strikeouts today, excuse me. 1 of 6 Cooper Kane strikeouts. He struck out 6 and walked 2. Here's an 0-1 pitch and a breaking ball, swing and a miss again. Another one inside. Count is 0-2 on Kreutzer. Joe Mason is on deck. Kreutzer playing his 37th game, has played all but 1, rather all but 2 for Green Bay. 0-2 pitch is down and in on a breaking ball. 1-2 from Kane. So Kreutzer's played 37 games. Joe Mason's played 37 games, and Blaze Maris has played 36. The 3 of them are back-to-back-to-back in the lineup. 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss on a fastball, well down in the zone below the knees. Cooper Kane has a second out of the 5th inning. And the 3rd strikeout of the game for Nick Kreutzer. 7 Ks for Kane. Against the strikeouts leader, Nick Kreutzer, Kane has gotten 3 Ks from him. Here's Joe Mason, who's 0 for 2 today. Flied to right his last time up, grounded to short his first time. Mason, the junior from the University of Mount Olive. First pitch breaking ball falls just outside for ball 1 from Kane. Mason leads the team in home runs with 4 big shots this season, with 14 RBIs as well among the league leaders, or the team leaders. 1-0 pitch is a breaking ball that finds the middle of the plate for strike 1. Back-to-back breaking pitches at 70 from Cooper Kane. 1 ball and 1 strike the count with 2 out. Nobody on base. Bottom of the 5th. 2-0 Rockford. Lights are on here in Green Bay. 1-1 pitch. Fastball hit down the right field side. Going back is Vanderwall going over toward the line. It has to play it off the wall. 1 hops the scoreboard in right field. Mason chucks for second and slides in there safely with a 2-out double. The ball hit toward that short corner in right field. And the cleanup man, Joe Mason, with a double. His first hit of the ball game and his 6th double of the season. That brings up Chris Williams. With a man on second base, Williams is 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a run scored. Struck out his last time up against Kane. Right fielder from Chipola College. An on-base rate of over 400. He's got on base once today. First pitch from Kane from the stretch. Breaking ball is in for a strike, 0-1. Williams batting .246 this season. Now with 11 runs scored. He's hit in 5 of his last 6 games. No balls, 1 strike from Kane. Third base side of the rubber. Stretching the pitch. Fastball's fouled to the high screen. Off to the left. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 out. Jacob Bushberger would be next. He's got a hit today and a run scored. Mason at second base and 2 out. 2-0 Green Bay over Rockford, bottom of the 5th inning. Cooper Kane now at 80 pitches. His next one is an 0-2 to Chris Williams, the lefty batter. Pitch from Kane. Fastball swinging a ground ball to first base and foul off to the right. Remains 0-2. Looking at the out-of-town scores, Traverse City leads Battle Creek 5-2 in the Great Lakes East. Kalamazoo over Kokomo 2-0. Gets game 2 of a doubleheader. Kalamazoo won game 1 8-6 earlier today. Here's an 0-2 from Kane to Chris Williams. Looks back at second a couple times and fires. Breaking ball is low and inside. Ball 1. 1-2. Again, Bushberger on deck. Kane steps to the third base side of the rubber. Left foot over his right, the right-handed pitcher. And a 1-2 count to Chris Williams. And the pitch. Fastball, a grounder that's up the first base line, and the ball hit foul first. Eventually rolls foul after going fair. Count still 1-2 now on Williams. 2 home runs this season for Williams, 7 RBIs. He's got Mason in scoring position at second base. Looking to improve on a 2-0 Green Bay lead. Rockford still with no hits in the game. Green Bay with 2 runs on 4 hits. They've got the 2-0 edge in the bottom half of the 5th. A long look in by Cooper Kane. Now he comes set. 1-2 on Chris Williams. Here's the pitch from Kane. Breaking ball falls over the middle. Strike 3 call. Chris Williams looking skyward as Cooper Kane has his 8th strikeout of the game. A looking K on Chris Williams to Strand Mason at second base. No runs on 1 hit and 1 man left. No errors for Rockford. And after 5 innings of play, Booyah 2, Rivets nothing. Top of the 6th inning, Green Bay Booyah 2, Rockford Rivets no score. Capital Credit Union Park in Ashwaubenon, Wisconsin. Just outside of Green Bay, about a mile's walk from Lambeau. Mason Minzy leads things off on the top of the 6th against Jack Mahoney, who has no-hit the Rivets through 5 innings. Thrown just 56 pitches and has struck out 4. Has hit 1 man, Blake Burrows, and walked another man, Easton Morrell. Only 2 base runners for the Rivets. He's faced 16 men through 5 innings, just 1 off the minimum, has Jack Mahoney. And the first pitch to Morrell was a pop-up foul, first base side out of play, 0-1. Mahoney, the 6'8", 213-pound sophomore from Appleton, Wisconsin, attends the University of Milwaukee. Pitched to a 6.44 ERA this past season. Made only 2 starts and 16 bullpen appearances. But a starting pitcher here in Green Bay. 0-1 pitch to Mason Minzy is outside 1-1. Minzy 0 for 1 today, a pop out and foul ground to the first baseman in the third inning. 1 ball and 1 strike to him. The wind of the pitch. Fastball foul tip held by Brady West for strike 2. Again, Mahoney does not reach beyond 77, 78 with his fastball, but his control has been on point today. 40 strikes and 19 balls. This will be pitch number 60. It's a 1-2 to Mason Minzy. Nobody out top 6. Here it comes. Fastball is high, 2-2. Blake Burrows, Jake Vanderwall waiting on deck. It's 8-9-1 in the Rockford 6th inning. Looking to scratch together, let alone their first run, their first hit of the game off Mahoney. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Mason Minzy. Swinging a foul tip on a fastball back to the screen. Still 2-2. First of 2 here in CCU Park in Green Bay. They'll play again at 6:05 Central Time tomorrow. Rockford goes home for a couple against Kalamazoo on Sunday and Monday after that. They're back on the road for 4 more games in Wisconsin. Some interleague play. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball is outside, 3-2. And the count full on Mason Minzy. Again, just 2 base runners through 5 innings for Rockford, no hits. 1 walk against Jack Mahoney. It's a 3-2 to Mason Minzy, the wind and the pitch. Fastball's high for ball 4, and Minzy draws a walk on 6 pitches. Rather on 7 pitches, and there's the second walk of the game for Rockford. Just the third base runner against Mahoney. Still yet to allow a base knock for Rockford. Blake Burrows looks to change that. Burrows has been on base today. He was hit by a pitch back in the 3rd and stole a base for Rockford. So he's 0 for 0. 279 batter from Kansas State with just 3 RBIs this season. But 11 runs scored and 15 stolen bases make it 16 with 1 today. Left-hander against the lefty Jack Mahoney. It's 6-8 on the mound and 5-7 at the plate. Here's the first pitch from Mahoney. Fastball squared at bunt. A drag bunt is just fouled down the line by Burrows. Was hit rather hard on a roller. Maybe not the ideal drag bunt from Blake, and he gets another shot. It's 0-1. Burrows almost always squares to bunt on the first pitch. Often bluffs it, but this time he puts it down, the lefty. No balls and 1 strike. Mahoney off the rubber. Now steps his left foot on, then his right in front of it. From the stretch, an 0-1 count to Burrows with 1 out, or rather nobody out, man on first. Throw back to first base, and Minzy not tagged. Mahoney has 1 pickoff to his name. He got Easton Morrell back in the 2nd. That was the first Rockford base runner of the game. 2-0 lead for Green Bay. We're in the top of the 6th. No balls and 1 strike to Blake Burrows with nobody out and Minzy off first base. Jack Mahoney stares in on Burrows. Offers up the 0-1. Taken inside, a 1 ball, 1 strike to Blake Burrows. Lakeshore leads Kenosha 9-4 on the top of the 4th at Simmons Field. Traverse City still leads Battle Creek 5-2 in the top of the 9th. That's all for the interleague play. 1 ball and 1 strike to Burrows. The pitch. Squares to bunt but bluffs it, and the pitch is in for a strike at the letters, 1-2. Jake Vanderwall would be next, top of the batting order. This is the 2nd time through the Rockford lineup. Burrows the number 9 hitter. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Jack Mahoney, the big left-hander from Milwaukee. Burrows with a 1-2 count. Minzy off first base for Rockford. Here's Mahoney's 1-2. Swing and a miss, high fastball. And Burrows swung under it for the strikeout. First out of the 6th inning. 5th strikeout for Jack Mahoney. Mahoney's high for strikeouts this season is 9. Did so against the Madison Mallards on June 11th. He's lost his last 2 starts. Allowed a total of 6 earned runs over his last 2 starts against Lakeshore and Wisconsin Rapids respectively. But has allowed nothing, no runs, no hits. Just 3 base runners today, 1 hit batsman and 2 walks. Here's Jake Vanderwall, who's 0 for 2. Pop out and a strikeout. Throw back to first and Minzy not tagged. Vanderwall, the outfielder, playing right from Long Beach State, batting .282. 2 home runs and 17 RBIs, a left-handed batter, looking to pull one toward the short wall and right. First pitch to him. Fastball is hit the other way, and a pop down the left field line. This ball tailing toward the stands and hits the second row of stands. Ball is out of play. 0-1 to Vanderwall. Andrew Wilhite would be next. Double play ball in effect. Middle infielders look to turn 2. No balls and 1 strike to count on Jake Vanderwall. Vanderwall not announced as an All-Star. There were 2 Rockford All-Stars announced today. Jimmy Burnett and Brad Littleton, both starting pitchers. Rockford by ERA is the second best total ERA as a team at 3.15 coming today. You can make the case of the best starting rotation in the Northwoods League. That's the strength of their team. 0-1 to Vanderwall. Here's the pitch. Fastball grounded down to first base. Scooped up by Kreutzer, goes to second one. The turn to first, the pitcher covering, and they can't get to. Vanderwall safe at first base. Looking for a 6-1 double play. They get the force at second base for the fielder's choice. But Wilhite safe at first base, Vanderwall safe at first base, just beat out the throw. But Minzy is erased. That was a close call at first base with the pitcher, Mahoney, covering. Manager Tom Carty talking with first base umpire Pearson Lightclaw Tuca Nunez. Asked whether or not Vanderwall was safe. It looked like it could have been a bang-bang play, and it was. But Tuca Nunez gave the call to Vanderwall. It's a fielder's choice against Jake Vanderwall. So he's 0 for 3 today. Minzy erased at second base. So it's Vanderwall at first with now 2 out, and Andrew Wilhite the batter. Wilhite is 0 for 2 today, a couple of flyouts to center field and shortstop. Wilhite batting .256 entering today. A phenomenal home hitter, but the opposite of that on the road. First pitch on the way is not taken. It's a throwback to first base. Wilhite batting .356 at home, but just 2 for 33 on the road this season. An .061 batting average away from Rivet Stadium. Mahoney stares in and throws back to first base. And Vanderwall is upstanding again. He's got 7 stolen bases on 10 tries this season. Second most stolen bags for this Rockford team. They've gotten 1 from Blake Burrows today. That's their only attempt. So Wilhite batting nearly 300 points higher at home. First pitch is grounded up the middle and a foul ball on a slow grounder. 0-1. It's hard to believe you bat .061 on the road, but .356 at home. Josh Keim, after a 3-hit day, puts Wilhite in the lineup, and he has gone 0 for 2 today. But that being said, Rockford has no hits as a team today. Green Bay leads 2-0. Top 6 and 2 out for Rockford. 0-1 to Andrew Wilhite. Lefty on lefty here. Wilhite fouled one off himself on the first pitch. So now he steps back in the lineup, or in the batter's box, following a timeout. Mahoney, the ball behind his back, now sets belt high from the stretch. Vanderwall at first base with 2 out. 0-1 to Wilhite the pitch. Fastball is fouled back, reaches out of play behind the concourse, out to the left field side. Count is 0-2 on Wilhite. Freshman from Minnesota. Been on base in 12 games in a row. He's hitting 6 games in a row. But again, those are home games. Looking to finally break the spell of an .061 road batting average. 0-2 to Wilhite. Mahoney ready. Vanderwall takes off. The pitch is in the inside corner. Strike 3 call. Breaking ball from Jack Mahoney fools Wilhite, who stands in the batter's box, upset with himself as he strands Vanderwall at first base. 6 strikeouts for Jack Mahoney. No runs on no hits, and 1 man left for Rockford in the 6th. 5.5 innings down in Green Bay. Our score, Booyah 2, Rivets no score.
baseman, number 23, Jacob Bushberger.
Green Bay 2 and the Rockford Rivets no score. Booyah on the bottom of the 6th inning with 6, 7, and 8 coming up. Jacob Bushberger, Brady West, and Mike Ferry facing Cooper Kane out for a 6th inning of work. 84 pitches for Kane. Longest he's gone all season. Here's the first pitch on the way to Bushberger. And a fastball, swing and a miss at a low pitch, strike one. Fastball at 79, so Kane losing a bit of his velocity on that first pitch. See if it keeps up. Bushberger's 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored last time up. Also walked his first time. A ball's in 1 strike from Kane. Here's the pitch to Bushberger. Fastball is fouled away on the ground to the first base side, 0-2. Rockford has a man warming up in their bullpen. Can't see who it is. 0-2 the count to Bushberger. Brady West on deck. The Rockford native has 2 singles, both for RBIs today against his hometown team. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball, third base side, waiting for it, Will Light on a high chop, throws across the first. Nice pick by McDonald in the ground for the out. Excellent play by Cam McDonald. The ball from Will Light was falling fast, and a short hop right in front of McDonald's glove. He makes the play for the first out of the inning. Bushberger retired for the first time today. 1 away here in the 6th, and that brings up Brady West. West, the junior from North Greenville University. Again, the Rockford, Illinois native out of Rockford Lutheran High School. Is 2 for 2 today with 2 RBIs, matching his RBI total from his first 8 games. Had only 3 hits and 2 runs batted in his first 8 games. Has 2 hits and 2 ribbies today. Used as a pinch hitter often by manager Tom Carty of Green Bay. But in the lineup today, and he's done pretty well. First pitch from Kane, and a breaking ball falls low and away, or low and in, 1-0. West an RBI single and an RBI double. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch from Kane, and a breaking ball falls right over the middle for a strike. 1-1. So Kane, after not going beyond 4 innings at any start, is up to 89 pitches today, 57 strikes. Looking to go through 6 for Josh Kimes' team. 1-1 pitch, and a breaking ball again over the middle, strike 2. Breaking ball measures in at 68 on the radar gun. 1-2 the count to Brady West, who has 2 RBIs today. Mike Ferry would be next. 1 out, bottom of the 6th, 2-0 Green Bay. Fastball, that one nearly nicked the right foot of West as it bounced in above his foot. And it hops back to the backstop. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. West steps around the batter's circle. Adjusts his batting gloves. Lefty steps in against the righty Cooper Kane. West, the 5'10" catcher, behind the plate calling the balls and strikes today. 1-2 from Kane, the pitch. Breaking ball is just inside off the corner, 2-2. Pitch just above the belt to West. And a 2-2 count. Again, Mike Ferry on deck. Cooper Kane with 8 strikeouts today. He's walked just 2. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle, a breaking ball for strike 3 on a 2-2 pitch. Brady West is retired. And Kane has his 9th strikeout today. Well, 9 Ks for Cooper Kane. By far a career high. Had 7 his last start against Kalamazoo. Allowed 2 earned runs in 4 innings. That was his season high in Ks with 7. He's got 9 today. 2 out in the bottom of the 6th now for Mike Ferry. First pitch from Kane. A fastball up and in for ball 1. Ferry 0 for 2 with a strikeout and an E4. Reached on an error on Josh Dutton on a hard hit line drive his last time out. 1-0 pitch. And a fastball is taken inside again, 2-0. Ferry over his last 9 games, including today, is just 2 for 23. 0.87 batting average. 2-0 pitch is a breaking ball that misses inside, and Ferry gets ahead 3-0 on Cooper Kane. With Mike Ruggiero on deck, nobody on base in the bottom half of the 6th. Booyah lead 2-0. Here's a 3-0 from Kane, and a fastball that misses high above the letters for ball 4 to Ferry. 4-pitch walk brings up Mike Ruggiero. Cooper Kane up to 97 pitches. We'll see if Josh Kime or Adam Carey come out. Not the case. So Kane likely will reach 100 pitches this at-bat. It's Mike Ruggiero, who was 0 for 1 with a walk his last time, lined to left field his first time, to face Cooper Kane with Ferry on first base. Throw back, and Ferry is tagged late. Ferry with 4 stolen bases this season. Ruggiero waits on the first pitch. Swears to bunt, lays off. Ball 1. A fastball is high and inside.
Taylor, after this, if you have
1 ball and no strikes. Ball rolls to the right of catcher Mason Minzy from the bullpen. Not sure who's warming up in the pen for Rockford. Our view is blocked from the right field side. Left field bullpen we can see. There's a pitcher getting loose, but not throwing any warm-up pitches yet for the Booyah. Throw back to first base. Tag put on Ferry, but late by Cam McDonald. Still the count 1-0 with 2 out. Top of the order would be next in Chase Hansen. Cooper Kane at 98 pitches and a 1-0 count on Mike Ruggiero, the right-hander batter, against the righty Kane. Throws back again to first base, and no tag by McDonald this time. Ruggiero batting 4 for 44 this season with an RBI, average of .091. One and 0, they count the pitch. Swears to bunt, does not put it down. It's in for a strike, 1-1 as he missed the bunt. Count 1 ball and 1 strike now with 2 out. Next pitch will be number 100 for Cooper Kane. Has gone 5 2/3, allowed 2 earned runs. Here's a 1-1 pitch from Kane. Fastball is on the outside corner, just missed, 2-1, and Kane up to 100. 5 2/3, 2 runs, 4 hits, 3 walks, and 9 strikeouts the season high. This the 27th batter he's faced. Most Cooper Kane has faced this season before this was 17. This is number 27. Mason Minzy calls for time. 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 out to Ruggiero. Man at first and Mike Ferry. Green Bay leads 2-0, bottom of the 6th. Kane turns and throws back to him again, and nothing doing. Green Bay 3-1 versus Great Lakes East teams this season. Played their first 4 games versus Great Lakes East teams and won 3 of the 4. Here they are in a 2-game series with Rockford. 2-1, runner takes off Ferry, pitches high for ball 3, throw down from Minzy, escapes to center field. Ferry takes off for third base and is in there with no throw. Still on base for Mike Ferry, then he reaches third on a bad throw by Mason Minzy. Minzy airmailed one into center field. Mason Burrell had no play. And the count 3 balls and 1 strike to Mike Ruggiero. This could be Kane's last batter. Now about 101 pitches. Here's a 3-1 pitch. That's well high for ball 4. And that brings Ruggiero to first base. Runners are on the corners for Chase Hansen, but will he face Cooper Kane? Time has been called. Josh Kime out to signal to the bullpen as Cooper Kane walks his 4th man of the game. And after 102 pitches, that's all for Kane. Josh Kime extends his right hand, takes the ball from Kane after a 5 2/3 inning start. Strands 2 on base on the corners. Green Bay leads Rockford 2-0 in the 6th inning. And the top of the order and Chase Hansen to bat after this. Call to the bullpen for Josh Kime. Anthony Holubecki comes on to finish the bottom of the 6th inning with 2 out. It is 1st and 3rd for the Green Bay Booyah, and Chase Hansen coming up the top of the order. Holubecki, the right-handed thrower from Notre Dame. Record of 1-1 and an ERA of 4.22 entering today. First reliever out there for Josh Kime after Cooper Kane went 5 2/3, allowed just 2 earned runs to this point, but 2 on base, his responsibility. So here's Hansen, who's 0 for 3, struck out his last time up. Center fielder from UNLV, native of California. Here's the first pitch from Holubecki. Swinging a ball hit behind second base, moving back on it, Morel. He has to lean back, and he makes the catch. Over the shoulder grab by Easton Morel in shallow left center field, almost in no man's land. And Hansen is retired for the 3rd out of the inning on the first pitch by Anthony Holubecki. And Cooper Kane strands the 1st and 3rd. It's no runs on no hits and 2 left for Green Bay in the 6th inning. Our score after 6, Booyah 2, Rivets nothing. Six innings in the books in Green Bay. Rivets no score and the Booyah 2. Green Bay has yet to allow a Rockford hit through 6 innings. Jack Mahoney, 72 pitches through 6. No runs, no hits. 6 strikeouts and 2 walks. Also has hit a man today. Faced just 20 batters through 6. 2 off the minimum. Has not allowed more than 4 men to cross the plate in any inning this season, or in this ball game. Johnny Butler, Matt Higgins, Easton Morel, 3 lefties in the 3, 4, and 5 spots to face Mahoney here in the 7th. This 3rd time through the batting order, which gives pitchers fits usually. Rockford looks to take advantage of that. Butler leads things off. He's 0 for 2. The strikeout and a unassisted put out to first base. He's 0 for 2. First pitch on the way is a breaking ball that hits him on the right arm near the elbow. Throws off his elbow guard. And Johnny Butler reaches base on a hit by pitch. The second man that Mahoney has hit today. And for Butler, that's the 2nd time he's been hit this season in 3 games. Brings up Matt Higgins. Higgins 0 for 2 with a ground out to second base and a strikeout. Coming up as the tying run, the cleanup man, who has 1 home run and 18 RBIs this season. The Rockford leader in RBIs. Butler off first. First pitch to Higgins. He has a check swing and a ball inside, a fastball. And the count 1 ball, no strikes. Higgins, the sophomore from Bellarmine. 1 ball and no strikes to count from Mahoney, the pitch. Fastball grounded between second and short. Could be 2. The step on second base. The throw to first in time by Ruggiero. That's a 6-3 putout. And the double play erases Butler and retires Higgins 2 away. That ball was hit right over the second base bag. Ruggiero caught that ball about a foot to the right of the second base bag, to his right. Stepped on the base and threw to first in plenty of time. Higgins was out by about 15, 20 feet. Brings up Easton Morel with 2 out in the top of the 7th inning. Rockford trails 2-0, still with no hits in the game. Morel is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout his last time up. Was also picked off in the second inning. First pitch on the way. There's a fastball above the letters for a ball to Easton Morel. Morel was 6 for 16 this season. He's batting .375. This is 6th game played with Rockford. 1-0 pitch. Fastball swing and a miss to the ball in the dirt. 1-1. 2 out in the 7th. Cam McDonald would be next. Rockford trails 2-0 in the 7th inning. They've got 2 out. Mahoney winds and deals the 1-1 to Easton Morel. Fastball is fouled away to the upper deck. Clears the stadium, count 1-2. It's lefty on lefty battle. Mahoney now up to 88 pitches in the game, 52 strikes and 26 balls. Still no hits through 6 2/3. 1-2 to Morel coming up. Belt high set and the pitch from Mahoney. Breaking ball is looped into right field. Morel golfs one behind first base. It's taken there by the second baseman, Ferry, who makes the catch, and that retires the side. A shallow pop-up with plenty of air under it, and Ferry in the shallow right field spot made the catch behind first base, and Morel is retired to end the 7th inning. No runs on no hits, nobody left. Mahoney faces the minimum, and through 6.5 stretch time, it is 2-0 Booyah over the Rockford Rivets. Bottom of the 7th. Green Bay leads Rockford 2-0. Stretch time complete. Anthony Holubecki comes in to face Blaze Maris. After he got Chase Hansen to fly out to the shortstop to end the 6th inning, replacing Cooper Kane after 5 2/3. So here's Maris, the righty against the righty Holubecki, and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish deals the first pitch. It's a fastball that gets away from Mason Minzy, hits off the backstop. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Maris 0 for 3 today. A couple of groundouts and a strikeout. Grounded out 2-3 his last time up in the 5th inning. Green Bay continues to lead 2-0. It's been that way since the 4th. 2 runs on 4 hits for Green Bay. No runs on no hits and 2 Rockford errors. 1-0 pitch on the way. And a fastball low. 2-0 from Holubecki. Harris, the DH today for the Booyah, one of the catchers on the roster, 1 of 3. 226 batter coming into today's game. 2 balls and no strikes from Holubecki, the pitch. Fastball hops in front of home plate. Minzy leans back to make that catch, and it's 3-0. Nick Kreutzer and Joe Mason to follow, 2, 3, and 4 in the Booyah order in the 7th inning. The top 3 men in the order for Green Bay have no hits today. No base runners either. 3-0 pitch, and a fastball that gets away from Minzy again. There's ball 4 to Blaze Maris, and there's that base runner in the top 3. The second hole hitter, Blaze Maris, walks on 4 pitches, and he's on base with a leadoff walk in the 7th inning. Now Nick Kreutzer, who was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts today. looking to avoid the sombrero. Been on base in his last 10 games, batting .232 entering today. The strikeouts leader for Green Bay now with 38 Ks in 37 games. Just over 1 per game played, but he's got 3 today. Holowecki from the stretch, and Maris at first base. The righty deals the first pitch to Kreutzer. Swinging a hard hit ball, base hit to right field on a line drive. Cut off by Vanderwall. Maris goes to second base. Throw is not in time. And a single on the play for Nick Kreutzer brings Maris to second base. A hard hit ball on a line drive between first and second base. Vanderwall cut it off in a hurry, so there was no attempt for Maris to go to third base. All he could do was take second, and there's 2 aboard now for Joe Mason, as Nick Kreutzer is now hitting 5 consecutive starts. Mason is 1 for 3, doubled his last time up against Cooper Kane in the 5th inning. First and second to lead off the 7th inning for Green Bay, leading 2-0, nobody out. Right-hander Joe Mason against the righty Anthony Holowecki. And the first pitch on the way. Fastball misses inside, 1-0. Mason, the outfielder from Mount Olive, native of Morehead City, North Carolina. Been on base in 5 consecutive games, including today. 1 ball and no strikes from Holowecki. Sets letter high. Looks back at second and fires the pitch. Fastball was in for a strike, a check swing, but it was in there anyway, 1-1 the count. Mason's double back in the 5th inning was his 6th double of the season. He's got 4 home runs and 14 RBIs as well. 1 ball and 1 strike to count from Holowecki. And the pitch to Mason. Fastball hit to shortstop, threw for a base hit to left center field. Cut off by Higgins, on to third base Maris. That's his only play. Higgins was shifted toward the right side, so Maris had to go to third with Higgins cutting it off quickly in left center field. A base hit for Joe Mason. And 3 consecutive men reached to begin the 7th inning off of Anthony Holowecki. And the bases are loaded with nobody out for Chris Williams. So Adam Carey comes out there to the mound, as you would expect, with 3 consecutive base runners reaching to open the 7th inning. He'll talk with Anthony Holowecki before Chris Williams comes to the plate. Williams 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, a run scored off a hit by pitch, his first time up. Rockford on the other side is being no hit, so they really cannot afford to give up any more runs here in the 7th. Infielders will have to come in. Out of town scores, Lakeshore leads Kenosha 11-4 in the 5th inning. Growlers lead the Jackrabbits 2-0 in the bottom half of the 5th after they won their first end of the doubleheader, Kalamazoo 8-6. Traverse City beat Battle Creek 5-3, so 14 straight wins now for the Pit Spitters. They sweep to open up the second half of the season against the Bombers in Traverse City. They own the best home field advantage at 17-4 at Pit Spitters Park. Very impressive. So here is Williams, the lefty against the righty Holowecki. Anything in the outfield will likely score a run or 2. Williams has a hit by pitch at 2 strikeouts today. He's 0 for 2 with a run scored. First pitch from Holowecki. And he airmails a fastball, 1-0. Caught over the shoulder by Mason Minzy, the catcher. Williams with 7 RBIs and 2 home runs this season. Freshman from Woodstock, Georgia. A 15th round draftee last season out of the Cincinnati Reds. 1 ball and no strikes to Chris Williams. Holowecki's pitch. Fastball taken above the knees, but a ball just inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Holowecki's thrown 7 balls and 4 strikes. Took just 1 pitch to get out of the 6th inning jam, but has not done well for himself here in the 7th inning. Yet to record an out. 2-0 now on Chris Williams. Pitch. Fastball line to center field. Coming on into shallow center is Butler. He can't make the catch. It bounces to center field. Butler goes with a second base of the throw as a runner comes home in Maris. It's a base hit on an RBI single to shallow center by Blaze Maris. Rather by Chris Williams. Scores Blaze Maris. Everyone moves up a base. And the Booyah take a 3-0 7th inning lead. 8th RBI for Chris Williams. And the Booyah extend things here and bring up Jacob Bushberger. Now, Bushberger has a one hit today. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Holubecki now has given up 4 straight runners to begin the 7th inning. 3 straight base hits. First pitch on the way to Bushberger. It's foul away behind the screen. Directly back of home plate for strike 1. Kreutzer at third, Mason at second, Williams at first with nobody out still. 1-1 already home. It's 3-0 Green Bay in the bottom of the 7th inning against these Rockford Rivets. Both teams 1-1 in the first 2 games of the second half of play. 0-1 to Bushberger. Holubecki comes set, the right-hander. From the stretch of the pitch. Swinging a ball fouled on a breaking ball to the right side. No balls and 2 strikes. Brady West waiting on deck. He's got 2 RBIs and 2 hits today. 0-2 the count to Jacob Bushberger. Holubecki steps on the rubber. Righty on righty here. From the first base side, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish come set. And an 0-2 pitch to Bushberger is outside for ball 1. Holubecki missed off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Holubecki's ERA of 4.22 is going up after today's performance. 1-1 on the season in 7 games played, all out of the bullpen. ERA of more than 11 with Notre Dame this past season. A bullpen pitcher there as well. 1-2 pitch line to left field. That's down for a base hit. 2 hops off the wall. 1 run scores as Kreutzer and Mason both come home. 2 runs scored to third base Williams. On to second base with a 2 RBI double is Jacob Bushberger, and Green Bay takes a 5-0 lead. 3 runs home here in the 7th inning. 5 consecutive men reach base on 4 straight base hits off Anthony Holubecki. And it's 5-0 Green Bay in the bottom half of the 7th, and the route here is on. 3 RBIs in this inning. 2 for Jacob Bushberger. He's got 14 in this season. Brings up a guy who's got 2 RBIs today in Brady West, the catcher. So Josh Keim comes to the mound. Holubecki, see if he takes the ball from him. Yes, he does. Holubecki given the hook after getting just 1 out in the 6th inning and allowing 5 straight to reach base here in the 7th inning. We'll see who comes out for Rockford. Out of the bullpen, it looks like Ryan Riddle, number 13. It is Ryan Riddle with nobody out in the bases. Well, 2nd and 3rd here in the 7th inning. It is a 5-0 Booyah lead in the 7th. Back after this. Bottom of the 7th rolls on. It's 5-0 Booyah. They've got 3 runs across here in the inning, and they lead 5-0. Ryan Riddle comes on to face Brady West after Anthony Holubecki allowed the first 5 men to reach base in this inning and has allowed 3 runs. Has first and third his responsibility with still nobody out in the 7th. Brady West is 2 for 3, the Rockford native with 2 RBI hits today. RBI single and RBI double. Struck out looking his last time against Cooper Kane. Here he is to face Riddle. First pitch from Riddle is right over the plate for a strike and a breaking ball, 0-1. So Ryan Riddle, the Omaha, Nebraska native from Central College in Pella, Iowa, same school as Adam Carey, finished up his sophomore season. ERA of 15 flat entering today, has allowed 5 earned runs in 3 innings with Rockford. 0-1 pitch to West is outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Riddle with Central College had an ERA of 3.95. Check that, ERA of 1.29 this season. A very good pitcher for them. 1 ball, 1 strike to West. Pitch from Riddle. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. It's 1-2. 9 saves in the season for Ryan Riddle and an ERA of 1.29 in 2019 with Central College. Not used as a closer here for Rockford, though. Second reliever out of the bullpen for Josh Kine. The right-hander against the lefty Brady West, the catcher. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count with nobody out to West. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul ball. Runners at second and third. Williams at third. Bushberger at second base. Off an RBI double. Blaze Maris led it off with a 4-pitch walk. Nick Kreutzer had a single. Joe Mason a single. Chris Williams an RBI single. And Jacob Bushberger a 2 RBI double. So here's Brady West with a 1-2 count against the new pitcher Ryan Riddle. Here in the 7th, Rockford trails 5-0 in the game. Pitch from Riddle on 1-2. Breaking ball that nearly nicked him, and it did not. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch was thrown behind, rather through the legs of Brady West just about as he hopped out of the way. Count 2-2. Riddle tried to drop a breaking ball in the dirt, and it dropped way too much. Mike Ferry waiting on deck. Brady West is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. He's got 2 in scoring position right now. Riddle, the right-hander, set. 4-2-2. Here it comes, the pitch. Fastball line to left center field. That's caught out there by Higgins. Tagging third base and then coming back on the play is Williams. That ball was hit in the shallow left center. Higgins positioned pretty well to retire Brady West on that hot line drive. Brings up Mike Ferry.
Second baseman number 12, Mike Ferry.
Ferry is 0 for 2. Walked on 4 pitches his last time up against Cooper Kane. Struck out, reached on an error, and walked. Second baseman Mike Ferry with 1 home run and 14 RBIs. The Norwich, Illinois native just outside of Chicago. From Wisconsin, Milwaukee Panther. First pitch from Ryan Riddle in for a strike and a breaking ball, 0-1. Cooper Kane began this game for Rockford in line for the loss, allowed 5 2/3, 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 9 strikeouts, 4 walks. No balls and 1 strike, the count to Mike Ferry. Pitch from Riddle. Fastball misses low and away for ball 1. Anthony Holubecki's allowed 3 runs so far, with the runner on third and Chris Williams his responsibility in just 1/3 of an inning. Ryan Riddle at the helm right now. Pitch to Ferry. On 1-1, a wave and a miss. A weak swing on a breaking ball well outside. A slider that just broke to the outer part and ended up well off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Mike Ruggiero is on deck. The stretch from Riddle in the 1-2 pitch. Fastball is just high, and the count goes to 2-2. Green Bay 5 runs on 8 hits, no errors. Rockford has been no hit through 7. They've gotten 2 errors in the field. 2-2 the count from Riddle, the pitch. Low and outside, nicks the dirt, 3-2 on Ferry. Ferry 2 for 23 over his last 9 games. Looking for a big base hit that would score at least a run. Second and third and 1 out. 3-2 from Riddle. Here's the pitch. Fastball grounded hard to third base. It's picked up there by Wilhite. Throws along to first base and gets the out well in time. Look back Williams at third base, but Chris Williams was back on the bag before Willite could step on the base for a potential double play. But he gets the out at first, and nobody moves up. And it brings up Ruggiero with 2 out here in the 7th. Back-to-back outs against Ryan Riddle, who has settled down. Riddle allowed 5 runs in his first 2 appearances, but pitched a shutout inning last time out against Battle Creek on June 30th in a 7-3 Rockford loss in Game 2 of that series, or Game 3 of that series. Here's Ruggiero now, first pitch from Riddle. Breaking ball foul, tipped and held by Minzy for a strike. Ruggiero 0 for 1 with 2 walks today. Walked his last 2 times after lining out to left field. Shortstop from Wagner College. 0-1 the count from Riddle to pitch. Fastball is just off the plate to the outside, 1-1. At the belt, but just missed off. And the count runs even. Chase Hansen on deck. Ruggiero, the 8th man up to bat for Green Bay in the 7th inning. They lead 5-0. 1-1 pitch from Riddle. Half swing, he did go around, 1-2. 1-2 on Ruggiero, the Smithtown, New York native, the Wagner College Seahawk. Just 4 hits this season. Time has been called at the plate. Ruggiero 4 for 44 with 1 RBI to his credit. He's got 2 in scoring position right here. Williams at third and Bushberger at second base with 2 out. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a golf ball into right field that is caught by Dutton behind the first and second base hole, and that retires the side. But for Green Bay, 3 big insurance runs on 4 hits. They strand 2 on no errors, and after 7, it's Green Bay 5 and the Rivets no score. Top of the 8th inning, Green Bay adds 3 runs on 4 hits in the 7th. They lead at 5-0 over Rockford. Rivets bring Cam McDonald, Josh Dutton, and Mason Minzy against the unhittable Jack Mahoney. Brings a no-hit bid into the 8th inning on 79 pitches. Has been phenomenal, as well under his pitch count. And faces McDonald, who's 0 for 2 today. A ground out to the pitcher and a line out to center field last time. First pitch on the way. Mahoney gives him a first pitch fastball inside at 1-0. "53 strikeouts and 27 balls on 80 pitches for Jack Mahoney. 1-0 pitch now to McDonald. And a fastball is at the letters. High, 2-0. Mahoney has walked 2 men and hit 2 men. He's allowed 4 base runners, 7 innings, no runs, no hits, 6 strikeouts. Here's a 2-0 pitch to McDonald. And a fastball is at the knees, called ball 3. 3-0. And McDonald gets ahead of the count after a couple of borderline pitches, 1 high and 1 low. Home plate umpire Max Steiner. Josh Dutton waiting on deck. Rockford trails 5-0, looking for their first hit of the game. 3-0 to McDonald. Ball 4 outside, a fastball from Jack Mahoney, and he walks Cam on 4 pitches to bring up Dudden. Josh Dudden's 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts today. Second baseman, the junior from Creighton, leads the Rockford team in batting average, aside from Easton Morrell, who's only played 5 games. At .303 coming into today, batting average down to .295. Lefty on lefty, and the first pitch on the way from Mahoney. The fastball high for ball 1. 5 straight balls to begin the 8th inning for Jack Mahoney.
Pinch hitter for the Rivets is number 7, Brendan Comia.
Now Brendan Comia pinch hitting for Josh Dudden, my mistake. So Brendan Comia, the right-handed batter against Mahoney, with a 1-0 count. Pitch on the way is high and inside 2-0, and that brings out catcher Brady West for a conversation, with 6 straight balls opening things up in the 8th inning. So Brendan Comia would play second base, which is the usual position of his. He's a middle infielder, replacing Josh Dudden. Comia batting .217 this season with 6 RBIs. No home runs. Rockford trails 5-0. McDonald on first base off the leadoff walk. 6 straight balls thrown by Jack Mahoney. And also for the Green Bay Booyah, pitching coach Mark Hernandez out to talk with the battery as well. The first such meeting today. Mahoney's been pretty much untouchable. 2-0 the count to Comia with nobody out. Fireworks go out in the distance here on this 5th of July. Beyond the left center field wall. Rockford winning on Independence Day yesterday 10-9. Green Bay losing 15-2. Here they are in CCU Park with a 5-0 lead over Rockford. 2-0 on Brendan Comia. The lefty Mahoney from the third base side to the righty Comia. And fires the pitch. Fastball is high and outside 3-0, and Mahoney can't find the strike zone. 7 no-hit innings for him, but has thrown 7 straight balls to open the 8th. Comia falls behind, or rather, falls behind on Comia 3-0. McDonald already on first. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Fastball is in for a strike right down the middle to Comia. And a round of applause as the first strike is thrown by Mahoney, 3-1. Mason Mincy waits on deck behind the pinch hitter Brendan Comia. 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts yesterday. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Swinging a ball tipped back to the screen, 3-2, and just like that, Mahoney works his way back. Comia struck out in 17 of his last 18 games, but has also been on base in 18 of his last 19 games. On base rate of .349 to complement a .217 batting average. Cam McDonald on first base. It's 3-2 now with nobody out to Brendan Comia. 5-0 Booyah, top of the 8th. Payoff pitch from Mahoney. In there, strike 3 call on the inside black, and Comia's rung up by home plate umpire Max Steiner. Strikeout number 7 for Jack Mahoney. A looking K against Comia, who goes down. His 25th strikeout of the season, averages more than 1 per game. Brings up Mason Mincy now with McDonald stranded at first base and 1 out. 7 strikeouts for Jack Mahoney, 2 off a season high of 9. And Mincy's being pinch hit for by Nick Juer. So Juer, a switch hitting catcher batting righty, in for Mason Mincy. Here's the first pitch on the way. The fastball down the middle for a strike to Juer, and all of a sudden, Mahoney's throwing strikes. So Juer in the place of Mincy, who went 0 for 1 with a walk. Josh kind of looking to insert guys to get all the offense he can here in this 8th inning. Break up a no-hit bid of Jack Mahoney. 0-1 pitch is well inside, nearly nicks Juer on the jersey. 1 ball and 1 strike. Juer, a .239 batter this season with 10 RBIs, no home runs, an on-base percentage of .409. One of the best on the team. Here's a 1-1 from Mahoney. The pitch. Fastball swing and a miss by Juer. Swung over a fastball, and it goes to 1-2. Blake Burrows would be next. He's being pinch hit for by Aaron Mann. So 3 pinch hitters to start the 8th inning. Comia, now Juer, and next Aaron Mann. 1-2 on Jouer, catcher from TCU. Here's the pitch. Outside on a fastball. It's 2-2 now from Mahoney. Mahoney's pitch count has reached 93. Still under his pitch count. Action in the bullpen, though, if the bid were to be erased. 2-2 on Jouer with one out the pitch. Swing and a miss. Goes after a one, low and away, and Jouer strikes out. 8th strikeout for Mahoney. 7 2/3 with no hits, and it brings up Aaron Mann, the pinch hitter. Mann, the freshman from Drury, batting from the right-handed side against the lefty Jack Mahoney, replacing Blake Burrows. So 3 straight pinch hitters to begin the 8th inning for Josh Keim. Mann in the DH spot where he's seen plenty of action this season. Mann is a .215 batter with 12 RBIs, the 6'4", 220-pound freshman. Burrows went 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a stolen base, so he's out of the game. McDonald on first base. The lefty Mahoney to the righty Mann. Here's the first pitch. Fastball is down the middle for a strike at the belt, 0-1. Mahoney now at 95 pitches, 5-0 Green Bay. 7 2/3 of no-hit baseball for Jack Mahoney. He struck out 8 Rockford Rivets and allowed just 5 base runners, 3 walks, and 2 hit batsmen. 0-1 the count on Aaron Mann, the DH. First pitch, swinging a hard-hit ball, but rather a pop-up into right field. Hard hit, though. Back comes 3 men, and the ball cannot be caught. As 3 men clustered around the baseball in deep right field near the corner. It was a foul ball all the way. A hard crack of the bat, but plenty of air under that baseball. So the count 0-2 now on Aaron Mann, the pinch hitter for Rockford. In the DH spot for Blake Burrows. See if Vanderwall is on deck. That he is. So no pinch hitter for Vanderwall if he does reach the batter's box. 0-2 with 2 out. McDonald on first base. 5-0 Green Bay. And Aaron Mann, the righty, digs in versus the lefty Jack Mahoney. A square stance. Here's the 0-2 from Mahoney. And the pitch. That's high. It airmails, heads to the screen. Going to second base, McDonald throw down, and he is out. That ball ricocheted off the screen, went back in play, was caught on the fly by catcher Brady West, who threw out Cam McDonald at second base. That screen is right behind home plate. There was not much room between home plate and backstop, and the ball hit off the screen, ricocheted right in the catcher Brady West's glove. McDonald didn't read it properly, and he took off for second base on the pass, rather on the wild pitch, but he was retired. And so Aaron Mann doesn't get to complete his at-bat, but Mahoney faces the minimum. He's thrown 97 pitches and has no-hit the Rivets through 8 here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. 5-0 Booyah over the Rivets. Bottom of the 8th. Rivets trail the Booyah 5-0. In the 8th inning, it's the top of the order for the Booyah, facing Ryan Riddle, the Rockford reliever, on for a second inning of work. Got all 3 outs in the 7th inning in relief of Anthony Hollebecki. Facing Chase Hansen, Blaze Maris, and Nick Kreutzer. Again, 1, 2, and 3. Hansen is 0 for 4. 2 groundouts, a strikeout, and a flyout to short as last time. Riddle's first pitch is a fastball that's popped up into shallow right center field. Comia gives charge and calls for it and makes the catch. The second baseman, Brendan Comia, just checked into the ball game. Has that one in right center field. Comia in for Josh Dudden at second base, and Nick Juer behind the plate for Mason Minzy. Here's Blaze Maris, who is 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. 3 runs in the 7th inning for the Booyah off Anthony Holobecki. They lead at 5-0. Maris, Kreutzer, and Mason all reached base and all scored. First pitch now to Maris, and a breaking ball that misses outside and low for ball 1. 5 consecutive men reached base off of Holobecki in the 7th, and then Ryan Riddle got the last 3 outs in order. 0-1-0 pitch is to the backstop, 2-0 from Riddle. Has not gone beyond 1 inning this season. There's a first for him, the Central College Dutch, teammate of Adam Carey. 2-0 pitch, breaking ball, wave and a miss, 2-1. Working quickly, Ryan Riddle. And a 2-1 count to Maris, the DH. 1 home run this season with 7 runs batted in. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball is chopped back to the pitcher's mound. Riddle's got plenty of time. He takes it and throws on to first for the out. Waist-high catch by McDonald. And that retires Maris for the second out of the inning. Well, in the 9th, Jack Mahoney working on a no-hit bid. He'll have Aaron Mann, Jake Vanderwall, and Andrew Wilhite, 9-1-2 in the order for Rockford in the 9th. He's thrown 97 pitches through 8 innings. No hits and just 5 base runners, 2 hit batsmen, and 3 walks. He's also struck out 8. What a night for him. Nick Kreutzer now is 1 for 4 with a run scored. Up to face Riddle. Left-handed batter. And the righty Riddle fires. Breaking ball inside for ball 1. Kreutzer with 3 strikeouts before that single last inning in the 7th. Looking to avoid a 4 strikeout day. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Riddle. Fastball misses away. And it's ball 2. Lakeshore leads Kenosha 12-4 in the bottom half of the 6th. 2-1 is a swing and a miss. Another 2-0 swing and a miss, 2-1. Kalamazoo looking to sweep Kokomo. They lead 6-0 in game 2 after winning game 1 8-6. That game in the 6th inning. Traverse City winners today, 5-3. They've won 14 straight games. Here's a 2-1 on the way. Swinging a broken back ground ball to second base. Hard charge in from Comia. Gets it and throws on to first and gets the out in time. So 6 up, 6 down against Ryan Riddle. An impressive relief performance for Rockford. But on to the 9th we go. Rockford looks for their first hit of the game off Jack Mahoney. It's 5-0 Green Bay. We're on to the top of the 9th here in Green Bay. Capital Credit Union Park. in Ashwaubenon, Wisconsin, just outside of Green Bay. Rockford trails 5-0. They've got 9-1-2 up in the order. Aaron Mann, Jake Vanderwall, and Andrew Wilhite to bat against Jack Mahoney, who is out there for the 9th inning. He's thrown 97 pitches. His line so far, 8 innings, no runs, no hits, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, and 2 hit batsmen. He's faced 26 men through 8, just 2 off the minimum. And here's Aaron Mann, the DH, the pinch hitter last inning, up here in the 9th inning. First pitch on the way is a fastball that's outside for a ball, 1-0. Well, Mann was on at the plate when Cam McDonald was caught stealing second base on a ball that ricocheted off the screen, the bottom of the screen, right into Brady West, the catcher's glove, and he threw a strike down to second base to retire McDonald. Here's a 1-0 pitch to Mann. Fastball swinging a high fly ball to center field, tailing toward left center. Hansen comes over, and he has room to make the catch in that deep left center field gap, the largest part of the stadium. And there is one man away. And Mahoney 2 outs away from doing something that no Northwoods League pitcher has done in 9 innings since 2016. Shannon Broussard of Thunder Bay pitched a no-hitter in 9 innings against Duluth and a 7-0 win on July 16th, 2016. It's been almost 3 years since a pitcher's done that. Jack Mahoney looks to do it here in Green Bay. Here's Vanderwall, first pitch to him. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Fastball right down the gut. Vanderwall is 0 for 3 today. A pop out, a strikeout, and a fielder's choice back in the 6th. He did reach on that fielder's choice. Mahoney now at 100 pitches. 0-1 on Jake Vanderwall. Mahoney, a belt high set, the lefty, fires and deals the pitch. Fastball swinging a liner to first base, and it's foul. Just wide of the glove of Nick Kreutzer, who made a nice diving effort to his left. And the count is 0-2 on Vanderwall with 1 out. Andrew Wilhite on deck. He could be the last line of defense and the last man for Mahoney to face. 0-2 to Vanderwall. Rockford trails 5-0. No runs, no hits, 2 errors for Rockford. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Green Bay. 0-2 the count to Jake Vanderwall. Mahoney the windup, and here is the pitch. Breaking ball is in there, strike 3 call over the inside corner, and Jack Mahoney is 1 out away. His 9th strikeout of the game ties a season high, and there's 2 out of the 9th, and it's up to Andrew Wilhite to keep the game going for Rockford. The fans rise to their feet. A crowd of 1,224 at CCU Park in Ashwaubenon, Wisconsin. Could see some history here. The lefty Wilhite against the lefty Jack Mahoney. Wilhite's 0 for 3. Here's the first pitch from Jack Mahoney. It's high on a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Everyone is standing on both levels, or just about everybody, say about 95%, including the suite seats in left field. 1-0 to Wilhite. Here's the pitch from Mahoney. Swinging a pop-up, first base side, second baseman Ferry calls for it. He waves everyone off, and he makes the catch. It's a no-hitter for Jack Mahoney here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. At 9:41 Central Time on July 5th, 2009, Jack Mahoney has no-hit the Rockford Rivets. A celebration on the mound, the Gatorade bath given to the big left-hander from Appleton, Wisconsin, Jack Mahoney. In 104 pitches, he has no-hit the Rockford Rivets, the first no-hitter in the Northwoods League since 2016, and Green Bay wins it 5-0 in the series opener. An unforgettable pitching performance by Jack Mahoney. The Rockford Rivets no-hit for the 2nd time in team history. The first time they've been no-hit in 9 innings. This is the first no-hitter in Green Bay history. Again, the first in the Northwoods League in 9 innings since July 16th of 2016. And Jack Mahoney giving congratulations and hugs from all of his teammates. The big 6'8" left-hander now gets a hug from his catcher Brady West, who was phenomenal all night long for the Green Bay Booyah behind the pitcher's mound, right where the shortstop plays. Green Bay wins it 5-0. Final line, Rockford, no runs, no hits, 2 errors. Green Bay, 5 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Well, Jack Mahoney with the first no-hitter in Green Bay history. 104 pitches. Gets a round of applause from this crowd. Hugs his pitching coach, Mark Hernandez, just past the third base line. An extended embrace. Now he waves his cap to the crowd here at CCU Park, right outside the third base dugout. Final game time, 2 hours, 36 minutes. Boy, did Jack Mahoney work quickly. He threw 6 straight balls to begin an inning. Back in the 8th, got a visit from pitching coach Mark Hernandez. All he did was get through it on a couple of strikeouts and a caught stealing. He strikes out 9 to tie a season high. Goes 9 innings, again, no hits, 9 Ks, 3 walks, 2 hit batsmen. He faces 29 men, and Green Bay wins it 5-0 over the Rockford Rivets. And you got to tip your hat to one Jack Mahoney. His 3rd win of the season, and one he'll never forget for the rest of his life. Green Bay players still milling around. Rockford now exiting and going back to the clubhouse. They got to get through the concourse to get there. Green Bay doesn't want to leave. And why would the Booyah want to? Pretty incredible. A couple of news cameras out there on the third base side, capturing the pictures as Jack Mahoney's just walking around near the home plate. Now going back to the bleachers where he gets a fist bump from a couple of guys and just takes his stroll of fame, I guess. He's the man of the hour. Gotta be gassed after 9 no-hit innings. Just waving his hand through his hair, wiping back the sweat, and some sweat still continues to fall. Wipes it off his shoulder as he takes a stroll around the first base side. Gets congratulations from a couple of Rivets, hitting coach Chandler Purcell. Blake Burrows having a word with him as he exits the field right next to the Rockford dugout. Final score, Booyah win at 5-0 over the Rockford Rivets. If Game 2 can top this, it's at 6:05 Central Time tomorrow. We invite you to tune back into our radio stream back here on our YouTube page. Rockford drops to 1-2 on the second half. Green Bay up to 2-1. They win at 5-0 on a no-hitter by one Jack Mahoney. And on that, we will see you tomorrow night.